Hi, I'm Tig. This is my third video talking about my FTM. You see, I'm collarless tonight because I'm sure my mum's probably thinking that I'm miserable all the time. I'm really not. Sometimes the meds work. I'm sort of alright tonight. But I thought I'd talk about my first visit to the gender clinic down in Glasgow. I spoke to a Dr. Berber, very nice guy. He had an annoying habit of not allowing me to veer off track, so that was quite funny. If he asked a very personal question, I was trying to, go, well, I've got a funny wee story. And so I kept getting busted, and he says, now that was a good story, now can we go back on track? Most of the stuff I was uncomfortable with was talking about personal sexual things. People that know me think I'm a pretty naughty guy, but I'm actually not. I'm quite quiet. And I do keep the real things to myself. I don't talk about that. It's something I barely talk about with partners in the past, and I think from past partners' behaviour, I think they learn not to ask. A lot of that is to do with stoneness. I've been in love, and you want to share things with your partner, and I have tried, and it just doesn't work for me. I just don't function sexually female with a partner, and also I'm just so uncomfortable about myself when I look in a mirror after a bath. I'm 40 years old, I'm still shocked. I don't like a partner to see me naked. I just, it's not really vulnerable, it's just, I don't know. Anytime I've been with someone, I tend to keep my jeans on for a while. It's almost, it's like this mental thing. It's like I try and put a physical barrier there. So it can be quite funny. No, it's not, but nobody's really asked, why do you keep your jeans on? I guess I tire them out, so they don't ask me. But and I haven't had lots of partners, so I'm a serial monogamous, I guess, for a 40-year-old serial monogamous. He did ask me about the genitalia thing, and I keep thinking about that question, because I told him the jury was out as far as me wanting that surgery, because I don't really like what's available. So I told him, I'm really not sure about that, and he says, well, isn't the genitalia is what makes your sex? And we also discussed how we make our own language. Like, for example, I told him that I've been living as a butch for 20 years, and so he says, so you've been living as a butch lesbian for 20 years, and I sort of halted them on the lesbian thing, and says, I don't really refer to myself that way. If anything, I find dyke less offensive, probably because it's a more iron word. I don't know, there's just something that's not quite right about the word. For example, if you're talking about a heterosexual, you don't talk about heterosexualism. So these people and their sexuality and who they are, which is, as we know, it's a big chunk of the world. they're not heterosexualists, or they don't subscribe to heterosexualism, whereas lesbians, it's an ism, like activism and all those other ism words, and for some reason it just doesn't sit right and doesn't work for me as a way to describe who I am. I told him I was quite eager to start tea, and he tried to give me the drawbacks. He says, you're going to get hairy, and I was like, yeah. He, said that I was going to get thicker. And basically, he was telling me I was going to lose my femininity, and I was looking at him going, that's why I'm here. I guess he was just looking for any doubt in my mind, because the hairiness and stuff doesn't bother me. I suppose I should have showed him my pits and my leg as Exhibit A. Then he asked me about binding. Binding's not something I do because I'm a delicate little flower, and I tend to get rashes very easily. When I work out, I wear a really tight sports bra, and it's got the Cool Max, everything that's supposed to draw the moisture from you. But if I wear it for any period of time, I break out in a rash. So I basically have to. I've just got sensitive skin that way. So my Irish, what can I say? I went for an art visit too at the Glasgow Museum of Modern Art, which was quite cool. Although my first feeling was of just pure anger, because the front entrance to that building, because it used to be somebody's house. I've forgotten the name of the guy, but basically he made his money off of slavery. He had plantations in Jamaica and slaves, and it's just, for somebody to build that house today would have cost a bloody fortune. I just can't even see somebody building a house like that. And walking into the front of it with all the pillars, it's like going into the Pantheon. And it's, so I was kind of furious at the money that was made and how it was used, and little socialist towers getting upset about things like that. Well, it was a pretty good gallery. It had a nice representation of modern art and postmodern art, contemporary stuff. So I kind of enjoyed it, and I jotted down the name of a few artists and a few art groups that I found that were interesting. There was a German art group that did video I thought was interesting. There was also a transgender photographer there. That was kind of cool. And then, of course, down at the bottom there was the modernist sculptures, which, Anthony Caro, big metal manly stuff, and stuff that just sort of was rooted in people looking back to Brancusi, I guess. Okay, I'm starting to talk about art more than anything, but just stuff that I like, and I just kind of was missing metal and things like that, and playing with toys and metal things. I do miss that, but down the line I'm hoping that'll be something I'll get back to after my degree. I think it's something I still will be able to do. I also had my MRI. Holy cow. It was like medieval torture. I haven't been able to lie down flat in 6 months. I sleep sitting up on pillows, and my collar, which is never too far away, I've got it near me because I do tend to have to put it on if I'm too sore, and I'm actually probably when I shut down the camera I'll do that. I don't know how much I've talked about with the psychiatry visit, and I think I'm running out of time, but I'm going to have another visit in the new year, and I'm going to be checking out options in Aberdeen, so I don't have to get up at 3 a.m. for a 9:30 appointment because it's quite far away. So that's it for now, and see ya. Cheers.